What's up, nigga?
You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another rant. And today I wanted to talk very broadly about the demonization of fatherhood, but as a jumping off point, and what really got me thinking about it lately, is very obviously that new game, Pragmata, and some of the retarded takes people have had to that game. There's a lot of people who are basically saying, oh, if you like this game, you're a pedophile and shit like that because there's a child in the game. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really that interested in this game, and I've only seen the one trailer. To be fair, the thing with me is I find her voice kind of annoying in the trailer. But again, that's just based on one trailer, and I also don't really buy new games. But just seeing the retarded cope people have had with this is just nuts to me. All these leftists and even some right-wing people. I see look at this, and they say these things, and I'm like, that just sounds like a self-report to me that you look at that and say, this is sexual. That's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's retarded shit, you know? It's like these people that are basically kind of self-reflecting, especially if you, look at, the people of Blue Sky, crashed out on this shit.
Yeah.
It's, kind of ironic.
You know? Well, yeah, considering Blue Sky has a pretty big problem with that sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
And
fucking video game, that's the problem.
Exactly, it's fucking retarded. These people are nuts. They're also not they're just looking for the next thing to try and virtue signal about.
Yeah. It's also kind of split here because you also have a lot of the right wingers having very bad.
Well, yeah. Well, like I said, Darren's one of the guys in the server, right? And he did a video on it, which was the most fucking schizo take I've ever heard. He did a comparison where he said that the girl looked like JonBenet Ramsey, which, if you guys don't know, that's a girl who was in, these really fucked up, child beauty pageants and was, raped and murdered. It's a really fucked up and dark story. And he said that Diana was, the spitting image of her, and he put him in the thumbnail, and I don't see it. It's just, she's got blonde hair and blue eyes. That's the thing they have in common. And I've heard a lot of people make the comparison and say that she's, got makeup on to look like an adult, and I just don't see it. I don't see what the fuck they're talking about.
I didn't see the makeup either, you know, and also the fucking people saying, it's sexual that she runs around barefoot and shit, it's, fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's really weird.
What are these people talking about?
Again, it just sounds like a self-report. It's really fucking bizarre. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I said, there's a bunch of people with different takes from both sides that have had bad takes, fucking Mary Morgan. And her fucking bullshit take is a big part of why I wanted to make this video in the first place. Mary Morgan is this chick who works for Timcast, and I've always, I've had problems with her for a while. Because the thing about Mary Morgan is she plays up this whole traditional Catholic, you know, she's a trad girl, right? But she's really just a right-wing e-girl grift, which is, a really common thing, too. You see with people like Melanie Mack as well.
Yeah. That's, a really big thing. Also, didn't, Timcast, or didn't someone, mention, slightly made a comment about Israel, and he was like, you better should not talk about that.
Yes, Tim Pool's chimped out on a lot of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. But the way he, said that was yeah, you better stop talking about
Well, he looked like he was fucking fearing for his life, or he was gonna kill somebody.
That shit was crazy. No, it's actually crazy how deep this shit goes.
Yeah, but...
I mean, obviously, we know that's way deeper than that, but it's it's just seeing that shit all the time, it's just still crazy.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so Mary Morgan, I had problems with her for a long time, because I remember she said she thinks seduction should be illegal, and I'm like, what the fuck do you mean by that? So she was saying men trying to persuade women to get with them. It's what the hell is courting? That's how you get in a relationship. What the fuck are you talking about, you crazy bitch? That's when I first started to really think she was bad. I never really liked her that much, because, she's just some fucking chick. But, that really put me off when I heard her say that. That was a long time ago, mind you.
How do you even justify that? It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's an insane take. But the thing is, she, with this game, she made the claim that men don't have paternal instincts until they have their own children, and then, when they have their own children, they only have paternal instincts for their children. She said that childless women, they have maternal instincts, but childless men don't have paternal instincts. And that's just demonstrably not true. Because anytime a guy hears about a child being harmed, whether it be physical abuse, whether it be sexual abuse, whether it be, like, murder, neglect, whatever, like, they will immediately get really angry. Like, most guys will not put up with a child being harmed in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, also, like, men that don't have children, like, I don't see them being, like, bad when they have to, like, take care of someone else for a while, you know?
Well, yeah, like, that's the thing, is, like...
family.
Like, I babysat for my family all the time growing up, and I had protective instincts for those kids, you know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah, I know. I mean, I have the same with, when I take care of my sister and stuff, right? It's fucking retarded to say that stuff.
Like, this bitch is just nuts, and, like, she then said that, any man who wants to have a child for any reason other than continuing his family name is likely a predator. And so basically that just means she's saying... You know, anyone who's ever taken care of a kid. She's saying, you know, fucking healthcare workers that care for kids. She's saying adoptive fathers. No, all these people are predators in her eyes. And let me be clear, I've got my own issues with the healthcare industry. I actually think that a lot of people who work in there are fucking sociopaths. Like, doctors take bets on which patients will die and things like that. But if we want to play that game, there's, like, nurses that fucking, like, dance on TikTok and, like, fucking do all this crazy shit to show off and be, like, completely self-centered while patients are in the background not being attended to. The point I'm making is, there's definitely doctors who genuinely care, and it's fucking pathetic to minimize them like that. Even though, again, I'm not the biggest fan of doctors. I think that doctors as a group are pretty fucking corrupt.
Yeah,
That's pretty fucking damning. Like, what the hell? Like...
Yes, so basically... Almost everybody is a fucking pedophile, except for these very few people that just want to continue the lynch. Basically, she's saying having feelings for your children is predatory.
Well, she says it's you have feelings for your own children, but not for other people's children. Is basically what she says. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it's fucking retarded.
So being a father that has emotions for your own children is fucking pedophilia. Okay.
Well, for other children than your own. But the thing is, that's also just demonstrably not true. Because, again, men, like on Titanic, when women and children got on the lifeboats first, the men didn't say, hey, wait, no, only my children, none of the other children. Like, they made way. Men are protective. It is in our nature.
That used to be the norm also, that men always were the last to leave a dangerous
place.
But you would always, like, save the woman, elder, children first, and...
Yeah, and the reason I'd... And that was a good thing when, you know, women actually followed their roles, but the thing is they don't uphold theirs, so we shouldn't uphold ours, I say. But that's a whole other tangent.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Tim Pool himself, he came out and did this video trying to defend her, and he tried to claim people were taking what she said to the extreme. It's like, no, what she said already was extreme, motherfucker, number one. And number two, the other thing he tried to say was that, men don't gush over children. It's like, yeah, because men and women express things differently. Men aren't going to go up and say, oh, what a cute little kid. Like, they're not going to do that. That's just not in that's not in men's nature. We express our care differently.
Yeah.
And
the thing is with women and men is, like, women are, like, very verbal, right? They would, like, express their children more verbally. Men are more, like, they would actually show their care through actions.
Right. Like,
one of the big differences.
Like, even with their own kids, men aren't as, like, physically affectionate. What they do is they provide for them, they take care of them, and they try to teach them. That's the way that we show we care.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it's like a baby or, like, little kid, you're going to have more contact than when they are older, right? But yeah, you're right. It's like, you express things differently because, like, men are not... at least they are not people that show emotions much, right?
Right.
I don't want to say we are not emotional.
Yeah, no, we're definitely emotional creatures. Like, the thing is this... Oh, and she tried to claim that you're a feminist if you disagree with her. It's like, bitch, I would... Like, how are you saying this is feminist, saying that... men and, like, women are... Like, she's basically saying men are incapable of feeling empathy. Like, I mean, she's not saying that word for word, but she's basically saying that. And then saying, oh, you're a feminist if you disagree. Like, she then said... Basically, would you rather have a male babysitter or a female babysitter? I don't know. I hear all sorts of stories online about female babysitters like fucking the boys that they're watching. The difference is culturally, there is a subgroup of people that just go nice, which is fucked up. That's the norm too. By the way, like that's a disgusting double standard that people have. But that happens way more often than the inverse.
I would like never let anybody babysit my kid that is not like someone from my family or a friend. Like I like that's the thing. It's like more about trust for me. Like I would never like get a random person to babysit my kid.
Well, right. That's the other thing.
Very irresponsible.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is, well, Tim Pool, like when he was defending it, right? He brought up the statistic because Mary claimed that childless men don't ever just want to have kids. But then Tim Pool literally pulled up a statistic that said, yeah, men have baby fever, and men actually statistically in Gen Z want children more than Gen Z women do. Like, he brings up that statistic and then just says, but I still think Mary's right, because he's fucking retarded and has to protect Mary.
That thing is true, because Gen Z is like very split, right? The men are very right wing and the women are very leftist, and obviously then the woman got into their head that they don't want to have children, even though that's like their biological desire, and they deny it. But men, obviously, they want to have families and stuff. Something they are pretty much denied, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a retarded. It's very ignorant take too, extremely ignorant. Yeah. But what do we expect of a fucking woman, right?
Right. True. But the other thing is, when they say, "Oh yeah, women care more about children and shit like that," that's just not true. I don't believe that at all. First off, I don't think women are capable of empathy in the same way that men are. Like, they are capable of empathy, obviously.
Yeah.
But their empathy is very different. Because I remember there's this true crime channel I saw that made a comment that basically said the strongest bond is between a mother and daughter, and I just don't believe that. Because you see all these women being competitive with their daughters online, you know, like, oh, who wore it better? And trying to, like, shame their daughter and say, look, I'm hotter. Like, you see that all the time with women online being fucking e-thoughts trying to outdo their daughter. Number one. Number two, a third of Gen Z was aborted. That's a pretty big one, right? Like, if you look at the numbers, a third of Gen Z was aborted. That wasn't men doing it. Men weren't the ones aborting them.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like empathy for women is self-serving, while empathy for men is mostly, like, about self-sacrificing.
Yes.
I think that's, like, that's like, the thing, because women are, by nature, they are more about preserving themselves than preserving others, while men are about preserving others, so preserving a legacy, and that would include the children and other people, right?
Yeah.
Actually funny, because women are more social creatures. I do believe that, but it's like not very deep.
Well, yeah. I mean? Well, like when you get a bunch of women together. Oh, sorry, go
ahead. Men have like very most of the time way fewer friends, but they have like friends that they can trust way more. While men of women have like the huge social group where you're basically forced to adapt to their wants and needs. I mean, obviously you are self-serving in a way that you are not being bullied or whatever. I don't know exactly how that shit works, but woman friendship is like so fucking weird. It's like all about being the best or not being the worst and shit. It's like, who the fuck cares about that? That's not what friendship is about.
Oh yeah, and the other thing is, you take a group of women and throw them together, they'll be at each other's throats. That's why, like, Lord of the Flies would not work with women, because they wouldn't even be able to start the fucking society in the first place for it to collapse. Because, like, it's like that Family Guy joke where they erase all their memories and put them in the simulation. When they do it with, like, Peter, Joe, Quagmire, and Brian. It's this whole big, like, thing where they, like, are trying to figure out who they are and stuff. And ultimately it proves that Peter is actually a true friend to Brian. But then when they throw the women in there, Bonnie, Lois, and... Meg. Bonnie, Lois, and Meg. It just cuts to them and they're just, like, fighting. And Stewie's like, it's 2 minutes. They haven't even asked each other's names.
Hey, what's going on over there?
Oh, I wanted to see how 3 women would react in the same situation. They've only been in there for 3 minutes. Haven't even tried to figure out each other's names yet.
It's actually funny that Family Guy makes this type of joke.
Well, yeah. The other thing is women hold grudges, men don't.
Yeah.
Like, women internalize that and they hold on to shit forever.
Like, you're right, they hold on to shit, and like when I have shit, like I mostly forget it after a few days, you know, I don't really care that much.
If anything, as men, we hold ourselves, like we hold our own guilt over stupid little shit.
Yeah.
Like we beat ourselves up, like we feel bad, oh hey, was I too mean in this? And then you think about it for long periods of time, at least I do. Like, there's lots of shit where I have like an argument with like my brother or something, and my brother clearly hasn't thought about it in weeks, and I'll just be like, you know, I was kind of a dick back then.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like really annoying to a point. Like about all this. I also think a lot about like shit that happened years ago, and it's like, yeah, could have acted a little bit better there. So yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Also, in addition to the fact that they abort children, and like women do that a lot in this generation, I would also say when you look at cases where a parent killed their child, it's typically the woman that does it. Like, not just abortion, I'm talking after birth, like a child, not just an infant.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I saw this crime statistic, right?
Yeah, like, Casey Anthony, for instance. Fuck that bitch. She killed her fucking, like, 3-year-old daughter so she could go out and party. And then she got away with it. Because in trial, her lawyer basically said, oh, she was molested. Meaning he said Casey Anthony herself was molested, after saying, oh, we gotta think about the facts and not think emotionally. And then immediately deflects and makes it emotionally charged. It was really weird, honestly, that actually won the case.
Wait, is that the one that drowned her child in the lake?
No, she, like, taped her fucking, like, mouth shut and, like, let her suffocate. There was also chloroform involved.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I think I heard something like that. There's, like, a lot of cases like that, so...
Yeah, I know!
So
and, like, you see all these women...
Like I said, it's like self-serving yet again, right? Because it's more important to her to go out to the party than to take care of her kid.
Yeah.
And her kid, in that point, becomes an obstacle because it's an annoyance that she has to take care of socially. So removing the obstacle is, you know, it's like the logic these women have. It's like very fucked up, you know.
And there's also like a shocking amount of like, if you look like on Twitter, you'll find like posts from these, like, women where they screenshot other women's discords to, like, show how bad they are. I've seen one, I don't remember who it was, but there was some bitch that was literally saying it was okay for women to be pedophiles. Like, they have fucking insane shit they just say to each other.
You see, the problem is, I mean, society does not outright admit it, but they are way more okay with women having sex with underage boys than the other way around.
Yeah, and it's fucked up!
I also saw like women saying you can't rape men because for them to get hard they have to get horny, which is like, no you don't, that's not how this fucking works.
Yeah.
That would be like saying, okay, yeah,
she's wet, therefore she was asking for it.
You know, it's like saying women are asking for it because for them to get raped, they have to get wet, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get in there properly, right? So it's fucking retarded. Yeah.
Like, it's crazy the types of shit that they get away with and the things that they fucking believe. Like, there's no accountability for women in society anymore, and that's not entirely the topic here, but it is adjacent. Because, again, I am trying to focus on the demonization of fatherhood, but another reason men don't want to protect women anymore is because of this whole fucking discourse. Because women act like, oh, it's creepy if you want to protect children. We've come so far around on the other end of the circle where it's like, they say, oh, you want to protect children? What are you, a pedophile? Like, that's insane that we could get to that level of discourse.
Yeah. You also see, like, a lot of men being like, they want children, but they don't want a wife or, you know, anymore.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of men now who are looking to, like, surrogacy or adoption and things like that. Because women themselves demonize men. And the other thing is, you know, that, you know, when you look at the statistics of single-parent households being worse for children, you know that actually only applies to single mother households. Statistically, single father households don't have a negative impact.
Yeah, I know. I saw that statistic too. You know that it used to be MGTOW, right? So I know.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Like I said, like MGTOW is how it started before I became right wing, right? That was like the thing I was part of.
Well,
I wouldn't say I'm like part of it anymore that much, but that's like was the starting point.
I think MGTOW is a lot of good points, and I agree with pretty much all of the philosophy. There's, you know, intricacies and things that I think, like, obviously within the sphere, there's a lot of people who have bad takes too. But I think that overall, the concept of MGTOW does make sense.
Yeah. My problem is what you just described. It's not the philosophy in itself, it's the people around it right now.
Well, yeah, when you get, like, pieces of shit like Myron Gaines or, like, fucking scammers like Andrew Tate and shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, basically, the only MGTOW I really like is Rage Good. Even
I would recommend Undead Chronic. He's really good.
Undead Chronic?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyway, the other thing is statistically, lesbians have the highest amount of domestic abuse in their relationships, and gays have the least.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But it also, like, kind of makes sense given how women crash out. That's, like, the most retarded shit. So, like, having two people crash out, that will obviously lead to violence.
Yeah. To broaden it a little more, when it comes to the demonization of fatherhood, when you look at media, every sitcom and every movie ever, like, and I'm being a little hyperbolic when I say every, because, hashtag not all, but most, these movies and sitcoms, they portray, like, the father as, like, a bumbling idiot, and the mother as, like, the smart, like, decisive one who's able to fix everything when it falls apart. Like, it's propaganda that's been given to us for fucking decades.
That's like rogue Jew propaganda, right? It's to elevate the woman and put down the men, basically. That's why you also in ads, right? And a lot of ads they show the same fucking thing. I never see the other. I never see it the other way around. Strangely enough, it's also like this misconception that women are smarter because they do better in school. Although I would say school is adjusted for women to be better. It's not very. Well, yeah. School is not very adjusted to men.
School is absolutely more geared towards women, especially early on. It balances out a little more in, like, high school and college, but early on especially, it is not geared in a way that boys can, like, thrive.
Yeah, I would say in Germany it's actually never, because you don't really have that much sports ever. Anyway, that's a fucking thing. Sports actually gets less the higher you get here. And there are several instances, like one I could figure out was where the teacher let the boys actually do sports before they did tests, and they could concentrate way better. It's because that's how men are. Men need physical activity. They need camaraderie and shit like that to function. You can't expect them to be like a woman and read shit and learn shit and then do the good. It's not how you work.
And speaking of school, female teachers fucking their underage students is way more common than, like, even, like, priests. Like, there's the fucking stereotype of priests molesting kids. It's nowhere near as common as female teachers fucking their students. And not only do they, like, fuck a student, they become the class bicycle and give everyone a ride. Like, they're fucking whores.
I mean, I don't have experience with that much.
Well, no, I don't have experience with that either, but you see it every other day where you see, like, a new newspaper article of some fucking, like, hot teacher that fucked her students.
Yeah, the thing is, in German newspapers, it's like, you hear nothing about it, so I can't say anything on that. But the thing is, what I wanted to say, the priest shit, I feel like the priest shit is kind of a psyop in a way.
Yeah.
For, like, a certain group of people to say, oh, Christians are bad. I feel like, because I never really hear about, I mean, I know there are some cases, right? But I never really hear that much about priests actually molesting boys.
Right. It's just a stereotype that you see perpetuated in media.
Yeah, and who owns the media, right? So
exactly.
I feel like it's actually a psyop.
I agree.
Make Christians look like. But also, I don't like church in general, so I could also be...
Well, again, I think that there is a good sense of community with church, and it is good for society in a lot of ways, but I think that every modern church has been corrupted, and I think that twisting the church and twisting the community is the way that it's been weaponized in a negative light as well.
Yeah, I recently, it's because my brother had confirmation, right? We are kind of going on tangents here, but I guess I have to talk about it in a way. And, like, the priest was the same. He was like, oh, yeah, you can't take everything in the Bible literally. You have to, like, obviously we evolved as a people, and so we have to, like, accept more shit and stuff. I mean, he didn't say shit, obviously, but...
Well, yeah, obviously.
It's like, so fucking corrupted, and then he started talking about Trump and how the future is uncertain and how we have to fear, and what do I know, and he didn't say fear, but it's like, why do we have to talk about that in church? It's like, look, I'm not pro-Trump anymore in any capacity, but also I hate the people having Trump derangement syndrome because they are still fucking retarded.
Well, yeah.
like, why? What's so bad about old values? Why can't they just fucking teach old values? Look, I know why it's like a hyperbolic question, right?
Well, old values lasted as long as they did for a reason. There was some good to them.
Yeah, but obviously you have like a group of people that want to destroy everything, and they manage to subvert culture. I mean, they basically demonized men, and the younger men don't want to take that shit anymore. But they did still manage to subvert the culture in a big way. They ruined video games, they ruined movies and stuff. Like another thing we're going on tangents here.
Yeah. Now, another point I'll bring up is when you see like the Groyper white nationalist types going out against this, it's interesting that like they'll like I've seen them like they'll defend like Clementine or Ellie for like really weird arbitrary reasons. But then they'll say this one's freaky. It's like, why is it that you're okay with the mixed race ones when you're supposed to be white nationalists, but suddenly there's one that's like blonde hair, blue eyes, something you would supposedly like, that being a thing to perpetuate, right? Raising healthy white families, right? In theory. And now suddenly it's creepy. Like, granted, I know it's like a robot and stuff, and that's another reason I don't really care that much to play it, because, the whole robots being people thing is kind of cringe to me too, but...
Yeah, the thing is, just for me, it's also, I noticed they're way harder on the Japanese shit, and it feels like I think everything that comes out of Japan is automatically fetish or fan service shit. I think that could be part of it.
Yeah, right? For sure. But yeah, like I said...
Which is also fucking retarded, because, like, obviously not everything that comes... I mean, the reason why we have a lot of fan service stuff that comes out of there is because Japan knows that men have, certain needs, and video games are mostly for men. So that's like obviously something that they are going to go for most of the time, but they are obviously not going to go for that every fucking time. And in that instance, there's literally no fucking fan service in the game.
It's literally not a fucking factor in this. Like,
yeah, like all her outfits are basically covered up. The most skin you see are her fucking feet, and I don't think feet are sexual. I'm sorry, I don't think that at all.
No, I don't think they are either. Like, I think that anyone who just thinks they are, that's, again, a self-report of their own fucking fetish.
Yeah. It's like pedophiles and people that are into foot that think that is pedophilic. That's like my take on it.
It's a self-report.
Like people that desperately want to think everything Japanese is automatically fetish stuff.
Again, if you see a little girl in a fucking puffy jacket that completely covers her up, and you think it's sexual, that's a you problem, bud.
Yeah, I don't think Diana is sexual, not at all. Like I don't get certain feelings when I look at her. Look, I'm sorry, like not at all. Like I see a fucking kid, and you take care of her.
Yeah,
I don't see nothing sexual here.
Like, again, there's literally nothing there except for what people bring there themselves. Again, it's a self-report, as I've said multiple times.
Also, like them saying, "Oh, she has an adult face and shit like that." Like, no, she doesn't. Like,
yeah, I don't see it. I don't fucking see it. And like,
I also saw people saying she has adult-looking hair, and like,
adult-looking hair? What?
Yes. It's like, are you fucking retarded? Like, people are so they go so through so many hoops just to call this game pedophiles.
Like,
it's crazy.
And again, I want to distance this because I think Darren's a good guy. I just think he had a bad take on this. But one of the points he made was that, like, Clementine was, like, more normal because she's, like, constantly covered in grime and shit. And it's like, what's in an apocalypse? Why the fuck would a robot be covered in grime? Like, what kind of fucking logic is that? And then he said that Ellie looked more childlike in Last of Us, which is just not true. Ellie's fucking 14.
It's not true at fucking all.
Like, he also said she was 10 because he gets a lot of little details wrong in a lot of, like, things when he talks. It's never, like, a big deal, but I'm like, dude, this is, like, an example where it's like, dude, you're getting a lot of shit wrong in this video, man. Like,
Yeah, also, Ellie almost gets fucking raped, right? Diana doesn't get raped, almost, so, where's the sexual stuff?
Right? Well, again,
I'm not saying Ellie is sexual, but
it's a weird comparison to make, to say somehow this one is less sexual than that one. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Or saying that, like, this one is more than that is like it makes no sense.
I mean, I saw some of the game. There's literally nothing sexual in this fucking game. Nothing. But like I said, Last of Us, she almost gets raped by that fucking guy. So whereas like come on, man.
But yeah, like I
I'm
said,
not saying that's bad. I'm just saying it's like a very big double standard. That's what I
And like I said, let me be absolutely clear. I don't think Darren has any bad intentions with his thing. I don't think he's anti-male or anything worse than that. I just think that he had a bad take and he didn't really fully ruminate on it. And also, he mentioned Joshua Moon, Null, in his video, and I'm like, I wouldn't take Null's opinion seriously on anything, dude. That motherfucker is a piece of shit. Yeah, well, Null's the guy who runs Kiwi Farms, you know?
Oh, yeah, I would. Like that guy only wants fucking drama everywhere.
Like Null is a piece of shit. Like, I wouldn't take anything that guy says seriously.
Yeah, a lot of people on Kiwi Farms are pieces of shit, actually. It's like a cesspool of these types of people. I know a little bit because, like, they like, kind of harass the Fanatic Man all the time with their bullshit. They want to turn him into a load cow, and he's like, nah. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I think it's more like an anti-lolly thing. Man thing for the right wingers, right? Because there is, like, you have the fucking Nazi lollies, obviously, right? But there's also like the anti-lolly right wingers, so that is a fucking thing.
Right, and I just don't see how this applies to that. You know what I mean? There's nothing sexual about this.
What I just wanted to say, it's probably because he's anti-lolly, he thinks it's something like that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also these people think everything lolly is inherently sexual, which is also wrong. Not everything, like, it's a description for a character archetype. Now saying lolicon, that's more like because the con implicates that you are into it.
Well, yeah.
Lolly in itself is a character archetype, right?
Yeah, like, granted, the term itself obviously is very loaded now, especially with the discourse of what it is.
Yeah.
And most of the time when people say it online, that is what they mean.
I mean, yeah, true. But, like, if we, like, apply it to Diana, she's not sexualized. What I mean is, the description itself is an archetype, and people, like, obviously use it wrongly. It's like leftists saying, calling everybody fucking Nazi, right? It's like not really an accurate way to use the term. I mean, it's the same like Western people saying hentai, even though hentai doesn't mean porn animation in Japan, right? It means pervert. Porn animation would literally be arrow anime or something like that. It's like definition changes when it comes over here, right? So, yeah, but I also wanted to mention, which I mentioned before, right? That I noticed that like a lot of media, it's like always men taking care of a kid that's not their own, because I feel like it's not like that I'm against adoption, right? Because like I obviously was raised by a foster family, so I'm not really thinking that negatively about that.
Right, but it is an interesting observation. It's like they never show a real father caring for their child. It's always a stand-in.
I feel like that's also on purpose because I want men to warm up to the idea of adoption instead of taking care of their own kids. Which I'm also against, because I think not because adoption is bad, but because men should have their own children.
Yeah.
And especially white men should have their own children, but that's also another tension. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like very interesting, because if I would make a game like that, which I wouldn't because I'm like not a big fan of these father simulators.
Right.
And the reason I'm sour to them is because of God of War. I used to love God of War, and then they ruined it with that fucking shit. But if I would make a game like that, the child would be your own. Okay, like, I wouldn't, like, do some adoptive stuff. Because I think it's very important to show the men nowadays that they should have a family.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I will say, like, out of the dad games, I think the best one for me is Walking Dead. I mean, I think that's probably obvious that would be my take.
Yeah.
And I think it did kind of spearhead that trope becoming such a thing.
Yeah. But it's also like done very well, which I really like. But yeah, it's. I mean, you also have right wingers that say these type of games are bad because they, instead of men having their own children, they compensate for that in a way. And I'm like, okay, but what's the alternative to that? Yes, I think you should encourage having your own children, but a lot of times you see like these people that also make these anti-escapist art, and it's like, okay. Yes, it's a valid point to a certain degree, but what's your alternative to that stuff? Wait, that's also another tangent, right? Yeah, what I'm meaning to say, it's like people having a lot of problems, but they never have a solution for these problems.
True.
Which is funny, because I just said the thing with the, they should portray real fathers. But you know what I mean. If you have a problem with something, give a better solution. If you have a problem with a little kid in a video game, have a better solution, I guess. Make a better video game.
Yeah,
Don't
like
complain.
it's like like it's funny because like they'll on the one hand tell you that men are like ruthless, uncaring beings, but the second men show any sort of care or protective instinct, they demonize it.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's suddenly fucking gay and effeminate. They should man up, you know how often they tell us to fucking man up.
Yeah, and or if it's like, oh, you want to protect a child. Again, it's like I said, how do you come full circle to, oh, you want to protect a child? What are you, a pedophile? Like, that is an insane fucking take.
That's also like people, you know, saying if men hang around fucking playgrounds with their child, it's also pedophile.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is like, you could be at a playground with your own child and people would think it's creepy. It's like, no, you're watching your own child.
That's what I mean. It's fucking... That's the thing, they immediately think something is strange, right? And it's like, why? Like can't fathers be with their kids anyway? It's like they say, okay, men should be more... they do more of the females' work, but when they do it, they are weird and creepy.
Basically, there's just no winning with these women, right? There's no winning. Like, you're demonized for one thing, or you're demonized for the opposite.
It's the same with society's expectations of men, right? You can't win anyway, because they want two things of you that are completely different. They want you to be traditional, but they want you to be new age and shit. Basically, they want you to be a brainless retard, and that's not going to work, so fuck off with that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the end, that stuff, that fucking anti-male thing. In the end, it's an anti-male thing, right? It's an anti-man thing. And that's always what.
And I think the people on the right who get caught up in it, which, you know, they might have good intentions with some of their thought process on it, right? But I think they get caught up in it, basically become useful idiots.
Yeah, you know why? Because propaganda is basically... The thing is, people think they are immune to it, but no one is immune to propaganda. Everybody's susceptible to some sort of propaganda, be it if you agree with it or not, right?
Yeah.
And I think these people are propagandized in a way that makes them think like that. And because they think they are immune, they think they can do that, but that's just unfortunately not how that works. There's always some kind of propaganda you're going to fall for. That's human gullibility in a way, right? You are not immune to propaganda. No one is.
Right.
No one is immune to propaganda.
Do you think we got all the points covered there, or?
Yeah, I mean, we basically talked about everything.
Yeah, we were going for like 40 minutes, too.
We're starting to circle a little bit here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking that's a good place to end it. I guess, conclusion, fatherhood is good and should be encouraged, and it shouldn't be demonized, and these women who are trying to demonize it are bad.
They are controlled opposition, I think. That's what they fucking are.
I agree.
Trying to discourage natural behavior.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.
Bye.
That sucked. I'm sure glad that's over with.
Subscribe to Teamredeye.